Well, good afternoon. This is good old Minty from the Minty City. Seattle does have a lot of mint. Smells rather good. There's a lot of things that smell good. The wetlands, so it smells real super good. Anyway, we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton. What accomplishments has Mrs. Clinton accomplished? She's actually accomplished quite a bit. Now remember, folks, I want you to remember something about these emails. One, innocent until proven guilty. And secondly, they're private emails. People say things in private emails. I've worked for a top firm and everybody had private emails, believe me. Of all structures. All parties, of all mentalities. So I think that it's really obvious that Fox Network has decided to smear. It's a smear campaign. And, well, I personally am not voting for Hillary. I think she's getting unfair treatment because I am a Clinton fan. Unfortunately, it's her husband who I voted for, and unfortunately, I don't think she's strong enough to be the President of the United States. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm saying that she's just not strong enough. Now, as far as Donald Trump goes, the joke, the one that has endless money, the one that's going to basically, now I want you to think about this. It's going to take a fence and put it all the way around America, the Canadian borders, the docks, the shipyards, clear around California. So it hits Mexico, and then it's going to go on down and across around Texas, and it goes on and on. How silly is that? Think about that. That's very Stalinist government. Just think. I mean, that is the epitome of communism. He's taking away the freedom of America. America was founded on we welcome your poor, you're hungry, right? I've mentioned this before. I'm going to stand by it because that is what we are about. Yeah, we have to share our food. Yeah, even at home sometimes. But this is really getting stupid. And the funny thing is, it's only yokels that are falling for Mr. Trump. He's loudmouthed and his hair, which is down in the back, and then he whisks forward. He actually needs to get implants. Yeah. Okay, so enough of insulting Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton is innocent until proven guilty. Her accomplishments are many. Very many. Maybe they're many. It's like, whoa. Here's a list of Hillary Clinton's accomplishments. So quit saying she doesn't have any. That's a true Democrat if I ever heard one. There are many people who seem to think Hillary doesn't have anything talented, even though her major initiative, the Clinton healthcare plan, failed due to Republican obstruction again. You cannot deny that it laid ground for what we have today, and it did. But so did it was Ed Kennedy who started the original JFK, who had mentioned it, Ed who laid it out, and believe it or not, Mitt Romney who helped Ed Kennedy lay it out in Massachusetts. Just want you to remind you all of that. Some people are two-faced. Leading role in development of state children's health insurance program. The kids were put immediately on insurance programs with pre-existing diseases. And that was really important to increase research funding for what? Prostate cancer? And asthma. Boy, she's dangerous. She spearheaded investigations into mental illness plaguing veterans of the Gulf War. But it's just not the Gulf War. She's also spearheading it for the war that we've been in now for 15 years. She's doing her job. She created the Office of Violence Against Women. It's a little strict, a little weird. If a woman has PTSD, for instance, and if she fights back, she is the one that will go to jail. So I have a little hard one on that one. Anyway, she created the Office of Violence Against Women, instrumental in securing over $21 billion in funding for the World Trade Center redevelopment. It's a lot of kahunas. I just want to remind you of that. Leading role in the investigation of health consequences. First responders drafted the first bill. That goes with 9/11, and the first responders, many have died from cancer, the back dust. It's been horrible. Not to mention the PTSD. A lot of the dogs that were there, of course, are dead by now, but many died shortly after, and they were pretty young. I just wanted to tell you that, and she has really fought hard for that. Leading role, let's see, working out for bipartisan compromise without calling people brainless. She addresses civil liberties all the time and abuses. And the revival of the New Era Homeowners Loan Corporation, which is not a failure, but it is, the banks really and truly are not cooperating. My bank doesn't cooperate worth a darn. They just, are you going to be living in your home? Yes. You're late. No. Of course I know I'm late. Working, let's see, the revival of the New Deal era homeowners, which helps people who have never owned a home get into a home. Okay? I know Benghazi's been brought up, but you know what? She's innocent until proven guilty, and I just don't believe it's the Benghazi incident. But Fox does, and it's really interesting. There's a site over on Facebook, the Horton site, and it's connected to Yabberts, which is a debating site. And basically, Republicans there hate Hillary, of course. That's nothing unusual. But it was really interesting. I was confronted today to tell me what Hillary has done for the United States. Well, actually, she's done quite a bit, as I've mentioned. And a person who has emails and discussing her daughter's wedding is maybe not too cool when you work for the U.S. government, but she is not the first person, either Democrat, Republican, Socialist, Communist, or otherwise, who have not done that. Just to keep your heads up on that, okay? This email issue has gone a little far. Again, I'm not voting for the woman, so I have nothing to gain by this. I'm a Sanders girl. I'm not I did think I was a socialist, but right now a socialist seems to be the only one that can really take hold of this healthcare issue, along with the fundings that we are $1 trillion in debt. It's not Obama's fault. I got news for you on that. That $1 trillion was adding up with the Bush administration. Before the Bush administration, it was the Clinton administration and Reagan administration. This isn't a buildup. Every president who has been in office has built up a debt. How else do they get things done if they don't build up a debt? It takes money. It does, to do anything, to help children, to get food programs in. It takes money. And I think people really are weird on that. It's interesting. It's like, well, she doesn't need all that money, or he doesn't need all that money. Oh, absolutely they do, especially when they're dealing with other countries, because part of our relationship in this world is to deal with other countries, and Mr. Trump will not be able to do that. Mr. Trump is only made of money, you guys. That's all he is. He's a rude, misogynistic male. And if he wasn't misogynistic, I might be able to tolerate him without puking. There is a Huckabee, I call him, is not going to make it. Jeb Bush, maybe. But I'm betting on Saunders. I really am. I think you guys should read up more on him and understand exactly what socialism is. It's not communism. And to realize that this is really about healthcare. And it's about getting our money cleaned up. Okay? And on that note, thank you for the debate, Yaberts. To the people on Yaberts who decided not to debate. Or to get a little loud sometimes. I feel sorry for you. You want to challenge me? Go over to Hangouts. We'll get a group together. We will really work this through, and we'll work it through verbally with a mediator. But right now, today, I was moderated. That was a big mistake. It's not fair. And I worked my butt off. I may not have my original articles. I don't need them. My research. I get to know the people. That's the way I do it. The ones who write the original articles get always compliments from me, and always have. What happened today was really nasty. I mean, intentionally nasty. So, I personally would stay away from Yaberts. Yeah. We can get that anywhere, right? We can get here on YouTube if you want to argue. We can go to Hangouts and argue. Silly. You know? Prove it to me. Prove what? That she did her job? My proof, sir, Mr. Hort, or whatever your name is, Horn, is that you absolutely should not be debating. And on that note, we say good night for the day and sweet dreams. May we just cook the Republic pukes right through the village.